plan anywhere. Was there anywhere, I'm going to start with this, was there anywhere in the body anyone wanted to particularly work on? Because I've just done a training course where they were really helpful and they were like, they really broke it down to, I think he knows the kind of customers I work with now. And I'm like, okay, but what if someone's got a problem with this? And what can we do with this? So I thought I'd just flag that up and we can always just go to one of those places that I've just learned about.
Lower back for me.
I was just going to say the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoulders and neck.
Shoulders and neck. Excellent.
That would be my secondary problem spot.
Excellent. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. So I've got a hip movement. I've got a couple of hip movements that we can try where it's aiming to open the bottom, the lumbar, the sacrum as well. So we'll take it slow, have a little feel of it, then have a little like assessment, and then we'll try the other one. And then we'll try and maybe make them a bit more bigger and exaggerated, see which ones kind of work for us. And there's a bit of a breathing idea with this. We'll maybe just start with the movement and then see about adding the breath as well. So I'm just going to turn my camera around. And these are the only times I wish I wore like tighter clothing, because I hope you can see the actual way my body's moving here. So we've got some points we work with, and it's this point below the belly button that we're working with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that in. Okay. And then I'm going to take it back to neutral, and then I'm going to take it out. So it's actually this bottom part of my body that's moving. The top part's hardly moving at all. It's all in this center area here. So I'm letting this point come out. And then I'm taking it into the back. And you can do this seated as well. Forwards. And then back. So it's a little bit different to your pelvic tilts because we're thinking about this part of the body, okay? So we're bringing this forward, and there is a tuck of the pelvis. It's coming forwards, but then we're letting it sink and soften, and then we're taking it back. One more each way, sink and soften, draw it in. Let it draw back. And then just bring it to a nice neutral position. Have a little wiggle anyway that's comfortable for you. So what we're doing is we're starting to bring in a little bit of space. This is why we'll build it up here. We're starting to unstick some things. So now we've got a little bit more of a feeling of that area. We can take it into a bit of a hip circle, but put the hands wherever they're best for this. It could be on the bums. It could be in the hip joint. It could be on the hips. It could be on the ribs. So have a little feel with it because it can be different for everyone, okay? So what we're going for is going to move that point forwards. Then we're going to direct it out to the side. Then we're going to take it to the back. Then the other side. One more slowly like this, just thinking about that point, bringing it forwards, taking it over, out to the back, one more to the front. And can we just make that a little bit smoother? Can we go around one more time and connect those dots almost?
When you're going to the back, are you going to the back and the side or just to the back?
So I'm going out to one side, then I'm going, to the back. I'm making it more exaggerated now. Then I'm scooping it round so it's going out to this side.
Right, so back and centre and then side.
I'm going forwards, side, back, other side.
Right, thank you.
That's okay. So let's just have a little wriggle there into the thighs, into the hips. Have a little notice of that space, and we'll try and do that in the opposite direction. So we'll just do it a bit more exaggerated to get those kind of points. Do that one more time, and then we'll make it a nice smooth circle. So maybe to put the hands somewhere different, maybe put them in the same place, wherever just helps you get that connection. So most of the movement is happening from here. The rest of us is pretty stable, okay? So we're going to go forward, that side, out to the back, other side, forwards. Make it the same size, maybe smaller, maybe slightly bigger. You know where you're at. Forwards, and now we can just see if we can connect those dots and see if we can make that a little bit smoother. Out to the front, lovely. And then just have a little wiggle, little move of the hips. Okay, how are those backs feeling now with that amount of movement?
Yeah, that was a good movement. It's quite relaxing, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. You know, but do tell me if it hurts, we'll look at something different. But I just need to know quite often to check in with this stuff. Okay, where was I going to take that now? Did swell hips. Okay, so just going back to that first movement where we're just going forwards and back. It doesn't have to be as big as it was before, but I just want you to have a little notice if there's any difference, any more space, if it's easier, if it feels different. So bringing it forwards and then taking it back. One more forwards. Lovely. And then bring it into a nice, just a neutral position. See if you can let it sink and relax. Lovely. Okay. So still good? Space, open.
Yep.
Excellent.
Still good.
Lovely. Fantastic. Okay, so let's take that idea. We will bring the bottom of the back in a little bit, but back in. So we're going to go up to the shoulders now. There's a couple of different things we can try here. So this might be just like a bit of an experimenty session, okay? So let's just start with engaging and giving them a little roll. So we're going to just bring them up and let them come to the back of the body and release. Let's do it with a breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more, nice and slow. Let it release and just have a little move. Lovely. Okay, let's go up to the neck. I don't want to focus too much on one area. We'll move it around. So there's a few different neck movements. The couple we've done a lot, a couple we've only done a couple of times. So this one, you can use the hands to sort of get a feel of it, but you don't have to necessarily do the hands every time or keep them there. There's a few ways we can do this. I like to do this in a bit of a silly way, if I'm honest. So you could be a bunny rabbit. You could be some kind of awesome devil. Or you could be a little antenna like caterpillar thing, okay? Just see what kind of energy you want to bring into this today. I kind of feel like being a bunny rabbit. I'm going to take this in a little bit more of an exaggerated head, neck opening from side to side. Lovely. One more each way. Lovely. And then you can let the hands go, let the shoulders release. Just have a little notice there. Awesome. And then we're going to go for it again without the hands necessarily. You can make it big, but then we are going to do it small. So just remember that. So this will be your more exaggerated movement. We kind of checked where the neck was happy to go. But this might feel a bit more open than it did before. Awesome. One more and then bring it back to center. Lovely. Have a little wriggle. Maybe a little roll of the shoulders in between. And then we're going to go for it one more time, but we're going to make it reduced. Maybe half the size, maybe hardly moving. Have a little feel. Definitely smaller than we just did. Okay. So it might not look like I'm moving much at all from my little screen. And maybe we can make it even smaller, so that we bring the attention into the neck and that opening of the sides of the neck. Lovely. Bring it to the center. Have a little wiggle and a little roll of the shoulders. How is that feeling, guys?
That's good.
Yeah, okay. So there is one more neck movement, but do you guys want to do another neck one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need-
Because I don't want to do like loads on the same place if it's getting uncomfortable. So this one, we start off by dropping the chin down to the chest, or wherever it kind of near to the chest. It might not go the whole way, and it might not go the whole way on the start. And then we're going to let the chin start to rise, and it's coming quite close into the body. We're going to let the chin face up to the sky. Lovely. And then we're going to just come forward. So the chin's almost drawing a circle. It's coming forwards and it's dropping down. It's going to create this circle back into the chest. So we draw the chin into the chest. We can look down. And then we're drawing it back in. So it comes nice and close. Bit of a funny face we pull there. That's perfect if you have. Up to the sky. Do one more, take it around, nice circle. Draw it into the chest. Lovely. Bring it in, a little bit of a double chin area. And then we're going to see if we can reverse it. We're going to go from our double chin, we're going to drop the chin back down. Lovely. And then we're going to draw that circle in reverse. So the chin.
Yeah. Doing it that way, I can really feel it pulling the tight bits at the back of my neck.
It feels quite different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Reverse. It is a strange one. So just go as much as is comfortable. We're going to draw it up, let that chin guide you up to the sky. And it's going to come quite in close, and it's going to draw back down to the chest. Maybe just pause there. And then we're going to just take it around one more circle. It comes forwards. It glides up nice and smooth. Take it back. Come back to a nice central, neutral position. Move anything that needs to move at that point. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
It was a good opening. Excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So there is a tiny bit of an extension with this. It involves a pressure point at the same time. So I'll just show you guys, but don't feel like you have to do all of this or go as far. So it's tiger mouths at the ready, which is that posture. And then I'm going for the first proper rib. Okay, we've got like our floaty ribs, but then when it gets to like a proper rib, that's where my hands are going to be rested. And it just gives us this ability to make it a tiny bit more exaggerated, and we hold that posture. So we drop the chin. We'll just do one each way. Drop the chin, take it up to the sky. Have a little notice of the shoulders open, and then take it forwards. You might feel it more in the back of the neck there, into the top of the spine. Bring it in. Bring it to nice double chin. Lovely. Now we'll take it down in reverse. Into the chest. Take it out. This is our scooping. Lovely. It's called crane's neck. So imagine you're a beautiful crane up to the sky. Little pause. And then just bring it back. And then find your nice neutral position there. Have a little move. Have a release of the hands. Lovely. A little wiggle of the shoulders. I'm feeling okay, guys. Awesome. Lovely. Okay, what else can we do for the shoulders? Well, there's a few for the shoulders. I say this was more of a neck one, but it's starting to wake up those shoulders. But is when we're talking shoulders, are we talking the joints of the shoulders, or are we talking the shoulder blades? What do you
Both.
think is more of a area?
Mine is like that bit there.
Yep. Yep. You're pointing to the same place, ladies. Yeah, okay, so let's just start this then with a bit of self-massage into that area. Because, oh my gosh, I am just so uncomfortable when I touch that area. It is tense. I ignore it. But there's actually a lovely pressure point here where we think the first place to touch is. That's a pressure point. So giving that like 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, gosh, I couldn't be holding my arm there that long. 30 seconds, little rub. It's going to be doing more than you know, okay? So we're telling that area it can relax a little bit and we're activating a pressure point. Let's go over to the other shoulder. Lovely. You might notice one's a bit stiffer than the other, or maybe one is warming up quicker than the other. So interesting information that you can work with. Lovely. That side seems really tight. Like that side was tight, but this side seems even tighter. So yeah, I'm going to see if that's reduced by the end of the session, and then that'll be like a little helpful. Okay, so these might be comfortable, they might be uncomfortable. This is a little bit of experimenting. So we can take the hands out and we can lift them into this position. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to be retracting in those shoulder blades. So I'm moving the hands, the shoulders. So I'm pulling in with the elbows, but it's the whole shoulder blades that are coming in. They're going out. In, out. In, out. One more. We're going to maybe hold it. And then come out. Let the hands turn and let it sink. Let everything relax. Lovely. And we'll go for one more. So we're imagining that the shoulder blades are really drawing in at the back here. That's what kind of the focus is. So let's go for one more. I can draw the palms up, bring the elbows in. Lovely. And there's like a little, you can make it a pulse or you can make it a longer hold. One more. Come back out, let the palms turn and sink and let all the tension fade. Lovely. Have a little wriggle. See what's coming up for you now. Excellent. So how was that? Anyone in too much discomfort? You're in okay. Hey, okay. So the next one is kind of fun, but we can always add in something difficult, then fun, and then difficult after. I'm totally happy to do that. Let's just look at the fun bit to begin with, okay? So we let the arms float up to the horizon. So nice and floppy. And I swear to you, this is an official Qigong move, okay? But we're going to make a nice little wave with the body. So the shoulders are sort of starting the move, the wave. The whole arms and the wrists are getting in. My teacher described this, I can't remember exactly, beautiful, chaotic, and something else. It's like such a great description, so I just love that. You can make it a whole body little wave if you like. Does that help? Does that take attention away from somewhere where it was maybe stuck?
That's drawing my attention to tension I've got kind of around the bottom of my ribs, weirdly.
Okay, we'll do one for that after. Come back to horizon and let it sink down. Okay, I'm just going to say, You did that quite long. You had your arms up there quite a while. It's quite fun because there's a little bit of distraction, like with the movement. Just holding it there probably would have been a lot more uncomfortable for us. So it has got kind of a few benefits to this, as well as loosening up the shoulder joints. But we can add in maybe a couple of less fun bits. How about we come back out to horizon, and maybe we can now lift the fingers up towards the sky. I mean, that's a lot of tension there. Can we give it a little push out? Lovely. Let that relax a little. Can we push out? One more. Soften. Expand. And then let the hands sink down. So we didn't have our arms up in it as long as we did the first time, but it's much more kind of noticeable, that tension of different hand positions there. So I just got one more. We can kind of experiment with that, but let's go up and let's do that wave again. So let's just loosen all of that tension out of the chest, the shoulders. Lovely. Come back out to your horizon. And we're going to circle the wrist, okay? So we're still got the arms up, the shoulders up, but the attention's more going into the hands and the wrists, and reverse it. Lovely. Come back out. One more wave. One more wave. Let it all sink in. Ooh, lovely. Come back out and then let it sink. And then that was quite challenging. That was quite a lot of energy. So I think we'll just do a tiny bit of lifting up. So we'll open the palms out. You can make this smaller than we normally do if the shoulders are aching. Let's try and make it a bit more reduced. So we're going to do a little scoop. And then we're going to draw the palms down, maybe a little bit closer to the body than sometimes when we do this. So it's quite internal. Give tension in. Lift up, gather. Just scoop and draw in. With a nice big breath this time, nice and big, nice and slow. And bring it down. Lovely. You can rest the hands on the lower dantian. Just going to breathe for a few moments there. So we're going to breathe into that space. We've got the hands on the belly. That help bring our attention there. I'm just going to hold the hands there and see if we can let the body relax and just come to a little bit of breath into the belly there, into that space. So you can close your eyes, draw the attention in, draw it down. Let the belly expand. And slowly release the breath through gently parted lips. Inhale through the nose, the belly expands. And release. Couple more. Take that. The hands, we're going to move them around to the back, into that lumbar spine or that kidney area, wherever there's been a little bit of discomfort. And we're just going to do a couple more breaths. We're going to send the breath into this space now. The hands become uncomfortable, the shoulders uncomfortable, you can release the hands, but send the breath into that space. Slowly come back to the room, have a little move, a little wiggle, a little look around. Pretty good. So there, oh, why have I gone so fuzzy?
So is it just me?
What the hell? When did that happen? I'm so sorry. I just thought I wasn't there anymore. I've gone so still. Oh, that's so weird. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, at least I can turn the camera and you can see me from the other camera, but that was very odd. It's funny. Okay. I'm still here. So there's one for the ribs and this intercostal space, but I think we'll just need to like have a little play with it again like the others. So I don't want to like go too heavy in it. But the first thing we can do is we can come into a prayer position, okay? And we're going to hold the palms, the wrists into the chest. So that whole area's got a bit of pressure. We've got a lovely pressure point we can work with in there. So as long as we've got a little bit of pressure there, we're going to be getting that space right. Just going to go for one breath here, a little bit of pressure. Nice release. Awesome. And you don't have to worry about any particular breath for this movement. So just be natural and relaxed. Okay. So we're going to let the fingers are going to interlock. Excellent. And then we're going to push this away. So it's going to be pressing out. And we're going to take this. It's going to be in line kind of with my head here. So I'm turning to the side so you guys can see me. So just have a little notice of that space. Maybe we can make this a slightly more of a circle with the arms rather than pushing straight out. Lovely. Can we take this over to the side of the body? Can we bring it back to the front? We'll check in. Now let's have a feel with the other side. Awesome. And then if you come back to the front, we can go around to that first side. So we're keeping that same space. But now we're going to lift the shoulder up. So not the shoulder that's into that direction, the other shoulder. Excellent, excellent. You've got that. And then we're going to take it round. So we can let that shoulder move the movement round to the other side. So that whole side of the chest is open. Then we're going to switch it. So the other shoulder's going to lift, one's going to drop. And we're going to take it round. We'll just do one more on each side. One shoulder drops, one opens. We take it round. Lovely. You can swap those shoulders, lift with one arm, come back to the center. Just take the hands into that first position, that nice circle, bit of relaxation in the shoulders. And you can release, you can draw a nice big circle back down to the earth. Just have a little moment, have a little wriggle, a bit of notice. Okay. It's a real opener of the space, that one.
Yeah, it was nice.
It can be quite strong, so that's why I just thought we'd just take it slow. So if you just are happy to just watch me for a second, I'll show you how my teacher does it, because there's more of a surge and a lift and a flow, but I'm not sure that's going to be right for us. So I'll show you what it could look like, and then maybe we just all have a little experiment of what's comfortable for us rather than just watching and following. So I still go into it the same way. I take it round. And then this is like a surge almost that comes round and pops open. Oh, you do get a big opening, but that might be it might be too much. So have a little just feel with that one. We can just take it at our own pace. We're just noticing this opening at the sides. We can come from our prayer position. Push the palms out. That's it. Perfect. Up to that mind space. We take it over. I mean, he makes a noise. He does a whoosh, whoosh. Which is kind of fun, actually. I can see why he does it now. I'm going to make this my last whoosh, whoosh. Back to the center. Big release. Make it stretch. Bring elbows down. Nice release there. And just a little notice. Maybe we've got a lot of space. Maybe the shoulders feel different. Have a breathe into that space that you've created. Does that feel easier? Lovely, lovely. Okay, have a little move, have a little shake. Does anyone want a drink? I've got a few minutes left, 10 minutes left. So just have a little check-in. Getting loads of notifications come up. It's so annoying. Move out of the way. See these people. I got a new laptop. I don't entirely know how all the features work yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, so let's take it back where we started with the hips. We'll just do a little scan of where we've worked on, just a minor little scan, little movement. Just see if there's anything noticeably changed for us. So I wonder why it was so small. It's because I had to change my camera, wasn't it? Can you guys see me okay? Now I'm switch back. Yeah, okay, awesome. Okay, I've got two cameras. So we'll be checking in with that hip space again. If you want to move the hands up higher for this one, you can. So you remember we did the crane's neck with this tiger mouths open. It's on a pressure point, which is called girdle something. That's like the common name. So I quite like that. Apparently this is great for women's problems and working in this area. Okay, so let's try and mobilize that pelvis area a little bit higher than we normally do. So we're going to bring it forwards. And this time we're going to take it back and we're going to take the head up a little bit. So we're making it a little bit more of a curve of the spine. And then we're going to bring it forward. Let that head just drop slightly. One more time on each side. Take it back. Lovely. Imagine the base of the spine, the back of the head meeting. Bring it forwards once more. Let the head relax, spine relax forwards. And then just bring it back up to your neutral position there. Release the hands. Have a little wiggle. Lovely. Have we got good movement of the spine now? Let's go for a little circle of that waist. Again, you could put the hands up here if you wanted. So we're keeping the top half of the body kind of still. We're going for a nice little circle. Awesome. Reverse. Beautiful. Lovely and smooth. Lots of movement there. Okay, just give it a little shake into the hip. Shake out any tension. Lovely. Let's see about the neck again. We're going to go for a side to side this time. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to take the neck over to the shoulder. And bring it back to center. New exhale, take it to the other side. center. A little move from side to side. Okay, we're going to go for a little shoulder pop. So we're going to take it in. When we go out, it's going to be more of a look up. Then we're going to take it in, take it out. One more, bring it in. And you can take it out to the horizon. Then you can let it sink down. All that tension fade. And now just have a little move of the shoulders, a little notice. Like we've done a lot of shoulder stuff. Okay, if they're a bit achy, but hopefully they feel okay and loose and open. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so where have we got to? Last one, back down to the chest here. We can use this as part of our closing as well. So take your fingertips and we're going to point them a little bit higher than that girdle point. This is more under kind of the bra strap area. There might be a dip, there might be a painful bit here. If you found any of those, you're in the right place. Lovely. So take the shoulders back and we're going to let the hands come to the sides of the body. So we're going to start to scoop forwards here. Lovely. We're going to let the palms turn down to the earth. Perfect. Draw the palms up. At the center, the chest there. Lovely. We're going to do one hand at a time here. We're going to push out. And this one I sometimes describe as putting on a cloak. So this is like our closing. We're ready to go now. We let the hand relax and we're going to scoop and we're going to start to close this cloak. The spine can turn a little bit. Check we've got it in there. Meets the shoulder. Draws down to the chest. There's a point just under the collarbone where I'm going to rest my fingers in. Lovely. Let's go the other hand. Push out. Tiny bit of tension. Then we relax the palm. We're going to scoop. Get this last bit of our cloak on. Take it to the shoulder. Check we're in the right space. And then turn the spine. Draw the fingers down. Excellent. Okay. So this is a tiny bit different to what we've done before. We're going to do 3 noises here, okay? If the hands are comfy in this position, we're going to do an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to make, I hope that picks it up, tom, like a T, like not quite tomb, like tom. Can you hear that okay? So it makes quite a vibraty sound and movement in the chest. So I'm going to inhale the whole exhale. I'm going to make this sound. We'll just get into this slowly, okay? So do the inhale and then you hopefully will hear. Ta. 2 more, inhale. See if you can make it lower. Ta. Last one, hopefully you can feel the whole chest vibrating. Ta. Lovely. So that's just like a little bit of sound healing that they do in Qigong. Sends a vibration through the chest and into the rest of the body. The palms are going to come away. They're going to open. They're going to create this beautiful petal flower effect. Okay, we're going to lift that a little bit up to the sky. We're going to draw it back down again. It's going to come into a prayer position back in front of the chest. Do one more breath here. Inhale into the belly. And release. Lovely. And then I'm going to let you have a little move around, a little shake. Anything that you haven't moved yet, or we've kept still for too long and it's saying you need to move it, have a little notice. Excellent. How am I doing for time? Not too bad, not too bad. That is my downfall. Okay, so just a little check-in. How are you guys doing? Everything feels okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of finish on the face. So we normally work with a point here. We're going to go a little bit lower today. It's in this point that's the bridge of the nose. We can use both the fingers and we can still take it into a little bit of a massage that goes over to the eye, but we're just going to work into a slightly different point here. We've done a lot of mind work, and this is just another little point that we can work with. Okay, and then we're going to take it out over the eyebrows, into the temples. The temples, a little release, a little rub, and then take it back to the start there. Into the center of the nose, a little bit of pressure, and over the eyebrows. Into the temples. One more time. Awesome. Are you guys suffering with hay fever and sinus stuff at the moment?
A little bit.
Definitely.
These points here on the chest are good for breathing and anti-inflammatory, not anti-inflammatory, allergies, that's what I was trying to say. They're good to work with as pressure points, so you can put pressure on them and work into them. But there is a couple on the face, and it's either side of the nose here, so quite in close to the nose. We don't always go here because it's a bit funny to teach, but 30 seconds to a minute in this area can really help with those allergies and those sinus blockages that we can get. This is a good one. If you've got a partner that snores, feel free to try this one out on them because that can help. And then if you get a lot of sinus stuff going on, you can work into these points gently as well, up into the nose. Especially after working with that point, that can be quite a nice release. And then take it all the way under the cheekbones, out to the ears. Lovely. Go a couple of times. Rub and then take it out. Can really open that one up to the ears. One more. And we'll just take this feeling into the jaw. Go a nice little relax and release into the jaw. And the neck. We started off that drainage, finish it off if possible. So we took it out to the ear and now we're taking it down. Lovely. And we'll just finish on one more little shoulder rub into those points. Are we feeling a little less tense in those areas now?